One of your first cabinet appointments is the Education Secretary, Pat Tutwiler. She has broad experience in a wide range of communities economically. The gap of statewide funding isn't as wide as it once was, but the gap in learning is still sizable. So how will you close that?
I am excited about all of our appointments to date, particularly the recently announced appointment of Pat Tutwiler, who is formerly the superintendent in Lynn, brings a terrific life experience, terrific range of professional experiences, and I know how important education is to this state. And right now, we do have some losses that have occurred during COVID, the stress on educators, the stress on families, and the stress on our students. And I'm excited that Pat Tutwiler is coming on board because I know he will bring the urgency and the attention and the focus to this. There are some things that he and I have spoken about that I'm particularly excited about seeing him driving. One is educator diversity. We need a more diverse workforce. Second is early college. This is the ability of young people in high school to actually attend some community colleges and get a jump start on college credits. In fact, when Pat was in Lynn, they had the highest rate of early college enrollment. And the next thing is we need to focus on our modernization of school buildings and making sure that we're using, again, money that's coming in to support that. And finally, a focus on wraparound services. The mental health needs of our students has probably never been greater. And I know that Pat understands that. He's a collaborator, he's a communicator, and I'm anxious to get to work with him.
How is he going to attract and maintain teachers, which is one of the things we've seen in districts like Boston and many other districts where there just aren't enough teachers for a lot of these kids and a lot of the need, given the learning loss that we've seen?
Well, I think it's about showing that you're going to be there to support our educators. And certainly as governor, I'm going to do all I can to support our educators and our families and our students. And we have a Secretary of Education who's going to do that. And we have an opportunity too in this moment where so much has been disrupted and so much has been dismantled. It's an opportunity for us as a state to really do a reset, to think about what we need to do in education that's going to set people up. One of the programs that I've proposed is a program called Mass Reconnect. This is a program that will make community college available for free to those 25 years old and older. Why? Because we need people back in the workforce, and this will enable them to get certificates, something in the short term to get them out and employed in our workforce. So just some ideas about the kind of innovation that we can bring, but I know that Pat and I share in the hustle, the determination, and the urgency around making sure that every child, every young person in this state has the access to the quality education they deserve.
Well, there's so much more to talk about this, but now we're going to try a lightning round, so we're looking for very quick, maybe one-word answers. First one, really a tough one. Are you jealous that Governor Baker got the NCAA job?
No, but very happy for him, and I think he'll be terrific. It's a challenging job. He'll be great.
Do the Massachusetts State Police need a house cleaning?
No, they need continued support, and we're gonna provide that.
And we of course ask that, given that you will be protected by them for the next 4 years.
But you've read the stories about all the problems that there have been with the state police. Do you think they've been overblown?
In some instances, and in some instances not. When there's actual fraud and abuse, that was swiftly addressed. My office actually was part of holding them accountable. But I'm going to make sure, as governor of this state, that we are supporting law enforcement, that we are working with law enforcement. A lot of changes, a lot of reforms in law enforcement as well, and the creation of a new post commission and other things out there that are really going to elevate, I think, the work of our public safety officials.
Would you ever support a gas tax holiday if the prices went up again?
Probably not.
Will you work out of the big official office like former Governor Deval Patrick, or will you use a hideaway office a little down the hall like Governor Charlie Baker?
I wouldn't call it a hideaway office. I would call it a workspace, and I think that worked well for Governor Baker, and I think that will work well for me.
So is it the green paint, do you think it is, in the formal office?
Look, It's a solemn undertaking walking into that building, and it's a beautiful building with a lot of history. That's a beautiful ceremonial office. I hope to have the opportunity to welcome many people into that office, but I also expect you'll see me with my piles of paper and the like doing the work in that little office down the hall.
It's a much easier way to get things done. Thank you very much for joining us. We are really glad to have Maura Healey with us. The Sunday Roundtable is next. Seems like
Janet,
wait.
we're not going to end without congratulating you on being such a trailblazer.
Oh, you're
I'm
so
so
sweet.
honored
Thank
to be
you.
here on this your last OTR. We
You
wish
are
you
my
all the
last
best,
guest. You
and we
are
thank
my
you for
last
being
guest.
the inspiration that you've been, even when you're asking us hard questions.
And I'm interrupting you. Thank you very much.